Hello everyone and welcome to this second part of chapter 5 states of matter. In this part we will explain some phenomena related to liquids. So first, liquid is defined as the substance that flows freely but still it have a constant volume. If you have any solid state, it can be converted into liquid state. In this case we will name the conversion of a state from solid to liquid melting. So the melting would be increasing the energy of solid to convert into liquid. For this process to happen, what you need is heating the solid. Then after heating the solid, the energy will be transferred into the particles of your solid. They will start to vibrate, and this vibration will give them enough energy to this liquid. The attraction force between the particles is less than in case of solid. This is why they move freely. So they move they slide over each other. They don't move in all directions, but they slide over each other. The solid change into liquid when the temperature is sufficiently high. This is when increasing the temperature of the solid will be transferred into energy of vibration that will decrease the attractions between particles, and by that the particles will be able to slide past each other freely and in a random way. Now, if I have a liquid and I lowered the energy of this liquid, it will convert back into solid. This conversion, we name it freezing. So the liquid particles will start to lose energy. Now, instead of sliding over each other and moving freely, they will start to slow down. This slowing down is due to the losing of the energy. So you need to take away energy from liquid to convert it into solid. So this decrease in energy will allow the particles to vibrate slightly, and the force of attraction between particles would increase. This means my liquid started to solidify. Now, if I have this liquid and instead I give my liquid more energy, so if I take the energy out of my liquid, this means I'm freezing my liquid into solid. But what if I give more energy to my liquid? It will be converted into gas. This is when I heat my liquid and the particles. Example for that, like when you heat water, when you start to boil, when water starts to boil, now evaporation happens and the particles will gain a lot of kinetic energy that will make them move fastly and freely and allow them to escape from the surface of my liquid. Once they escape from the surface of liquid, they will be converted into gas, and gas vapor would move just freely and randomly in all directions. So now it doesn't have any volume, certain volume. It doesn't have any certain volume, and it doesn't have any certain shape. It will just take the shape of my container and it will fill my container. So if I have this cube, it will fill this cube shape, but if I have even larger cube, it will fill the larger cube shape. Now the liquid boiled, and at a certain boiling point, this is when a complete conversion happens between, before I start reaching my boiling point, some parts of my liquid will start to escape, but once I reach the liquid boiling point, it will start to evaporate, and this evaporation would happen continuously and in equal ratio with the condensation. And what we mean by the condensation is actually the returning of those particles of vapor particles into the liquid back again by losing energy. So because I have here a closed container, so what I expect is actually a condensation. Particles will hit the surface of my container and they will return back to the surface of my liquid and will convert into liquid phase. So if I have vapor that loses in kinetic energy, it will slowly slow until it goes back into my liquid and form what we call condensation. So condensation is actually reverse process to the evaporization. Now the condensation happens also when I start to liquefy, when I start to when I start to lower down the energy of my particles, and the particles will become closer to each other. Now instead of just moving randomly in all direction, it will slide over each other in what we call the liquid. So I liquefied my gas in what we call condensation. By that we came to the end of the liquid part in chapter 5. Next part we will explain the solid lattice. Thank you and goodbye.